I'm Dan, and this is the Atomic Rambo Podcast. And today's guest is someone I've wanted to interview for a long time. It's Frank. And Frank, let's just start off with, what the fuck is mudlarking?
Mudlarking. Okay, so historically, mudlarking was kind of named in the Victorian era from people with not a lot of money, and would go scavenging around on the banks of usually the River Thames, looking for items that they could sell on to make a bit of money just to get by, usually, you know, just for food and just rent or whatever. Yeah. So it's basically, that's how it started off. Nowadays, it's more of a hobby, like amateur archaeology, which is open to kind of the public as long as you have a permit.
Yeah.
Which
we'll get into.
Which we'll get into, yeah.
Because that seems like loads of people want to do mudlarking, don't they?
Yeah,
in the Thames.
Yeah.
But it's become quite popular, shall we say?
It has become very popular. Yeah. And although you can do it on any river, the Thames obviously has the history behind it that people want to get involved in and find.
Yeah, and there's a couple of thousand years.
Yeah, you've got
stuff.
Yeah, incredible. Yeah, I mean, you can find stuff beyond kind of prehistory. Yeah. So it's pretty incredible kind of.
Yeah.
Place,
so Frank's Instagram is my favorite Instagram. So Frank Finds on Instagram is my favorite page because I just find this stuff fascinating. For me, it's like a snapshot to the past.
Yeah.
Of just crazy things that you didn't even realize, like, and the stuff we'll go through today is
yeah. I mean, I think every time people go down there mudlarking, you find stuff new, and you can learn something new, like bits of history you weren't, aware of and stuff.
Yeah. So Frank, who are you? Where are you from?
Okay, so I am Frank Mnich, and I am a tree surgeon.
Yeah, that's how we met.
I've been working in the industry for about 25 years now, so it's still kind of climb full time, and I work.
You're good too.
Thanks, appreciate it. I worked commercially. I worked commercially for a company for about 12 years, and then I went self-employed and worked for a variety of different companies, usually people I'd worked for previously.
Yeah.
Just kind of still enjoy it, but after 25 years, it's taken its toll a bit. It's quite as you know, like a hard industry.
And fair play for you to sticking at it for 25 years. And still climbing.
I mean,
it's pretty impressive.
There is people that have been going longer than I have, but no one walks away from it without injuries and issues. It's just one of those games.
It's a job of love, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's like a lifestyle job.
Yeah. You've got to enjoy it. I think there's some people, don't just do it. You know those people.
Yeah. So, and then how did you get into mudlarking then?
So I've always been interested in kind of finding things, whether it be on the beach, like beach combing.
Yeah.
Or just kind of, walking out in nature and finding kind of rocks and bits and pieces. And I think it was during lockdown, I was interested in doing a bit of metal detecting. So I bought myself a metal detector, started doing kind of detecting around various places, beaches. And I got a couple of permissions to go and detect on some fields. And through watching other people's videos,
like YouTube
videos, just found like mudlarking, and it's kind of a different side of it where people go searching rivers, tidal rivers for artifacts. And then in 2022, I got my first permit for the River Thames.
Yeah.
And it was, I think it took me, even after getting my permit, maybe 6 months or so to actually go up there and start looking for stuff. And I think the thing is with it, you have to do a lot of research kind of into know where the best place is to go and find kind of entry points onto the river.
Yeah.
And initially I didn't really know anyone who did it apart from watching the YouTube videos and stuff. And I think it was, you first go down there with obviously the idea of what people find and what you want to find, but the reality of going there and doing it in person is completely different.
And it's a bit of a skill, right? And we spoke about it yesterday.
Yeah.
Because observing things is not like, you can go and have a look and last like a couple of minutes.
No, you have to get your eye in, and it takes time. It's like spotting things like partial objects or like shapes, textures, that are kind of look out of place. And some stuff you'll completely miss. I mean, it's like with anything, it takes time. But the more you do it, the more you kind of recognize certain things, items, whether it be like edges of coins or bits of pottery, certain kind of, colors and, areas of the foreshore that kind of you start to recognize that might be potential areas for, finding items.
I'm guessing so it would be like graded, wouldn't it? Because of the tide depending on weight, right? And what it is. So if you start finding something somewhere, the likelihood is there's going to be some other similar items near it.
Yeah, so you've got the tide will, as it comes in and out, will shift objects of certain weight and size into bands, and you'll get like, say, bones sifting out into like or you'll get metal, pottery, and it's like, then you can kind of, you start searching in areas you might be interested in, and obviously there's bits of the Thames that be of different ages and eras, and obviously the more you do it, you get to recognise the certain eras that will on certain parts of the Thames. The oldest parts of the Thames are generally on the north side, just because main part of history of London was North Bank. And
most of the habitation was
obviously there was
time.
a bridge, but there was only one bridge for a long time. And there is areas that when you kind of get your permit, you have to look at their mapping system. And it gives you a different grading areas that you can go to. Some areas you're allowed to go onto, and you're allowed to maybe scrape, but down to only like.
That's what I was going to ask you. So, you're not going with like excavating half the planet?
No.
It's literally picking things up that have been.
Yeah, I mean, there's rules and regulations that come with the permits, because they are trying to preserve parts of history, and there's just like things that might be historically important. Like, you're not allowed to go in front of the Tower of London. That's one area. That's like a black zone. That's like a no-go area. There's another one that's Queen Hyde Dock, which is Saxon. I think a Saxon dock originally. And then there is other areas further down, in Wapping, I think there's another one. But the PLA website has.
So the PLA is the
Port of London Authority.
And that's who actually runs it all.
That's who runs like the permit system and the general kind of river. Yeah. So they're kind of who you have to go through to kind of get your permit, and then abide by their kind of rules. And there's certain regulations you need to follow if you want to kind of renew permits and stuff. And although technically you have to reapply every year.
And there's a massive waiting list, isn't there?
There is an enormous waiting list. It's gone down slightly, but I mean, currently, I think it's about 7,000 people on a waiting list.
And that waiting list, you can't get yourself added onto it now.
At the moment, it's capped. Yeah, you can't actually apply to get on it at the moment. There is, I think, about 4,000 permits, active permits currently, and of those, they're like year-long permits. So, yeah, of those, obviously, there's a lot of people who might not be within London. A lot of people are in London.
Yeah.
People don't get down there often. You know, I think a lot of social media has increased the popularity of
which is the same as like mountains and people walking Snowdon and getting lost and
and I think that's
usual.
I think that's the whole kind of reason why it kind of went from being quite a niche kind of interest of hobby to being very popular, and people wanted to do it. Obviously, social media kind of showing, especially over the lockdown period, I think when people were not really doing what they were usually doing, you know, watching people do things on video, YouTube and stuff, and then they thought, oh, you know, I fancy doing that. Yeah. And it's kind of round about the time when I kind of found out about it. It's, I think once you do get into it, and if you do get into it as much as kind of myself, it becomes like certain hobbies become slightly obsessive.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah. I mean, I came to the exhibition, right, in London, and I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
Like these tables and tables of, you know, of people with it. And some of the stuff I saw there, I mean, I was like genuinely shocked.
I mean, it is, I do the exhibitions. I'm still blown away by the stuff that's found.
Yeah. And I mean, we're going to go into stuff you found, which is amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of think you always think your own stuff isn't that great compared to what other people
but you're
find.
going to say that.
But but you know, I've found some good stuff.
Yeah, you have found some good stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not just digging up the ground.
No.
I think people think you're just going along and digging out.
No.
It's like scanning, finding stuff, picking it up, doing a bit of research, working out what it is,
so
building a collection, right?
Yeah, I mean, the difference being with the PLA kind of permits, if you were, say, doing it outside, doing metal detecting on a field where you got permission, you can find stuff, and it will be if it comes under the Treasure Act, which is anything kind of gold and silver or over 300 years old, and of kind of high historical value, then you could potentially sell it, and the profits from that would be split between yourself and the landowner.
Got you.
But with the permit from the PLA, it's like everything you find is technically not yours. It's like you're allowed to keep it.
You can keep it, but not for profit.
Not for profit. Most of them, the majority of...
That's why everyone's like, I'm going to find me some treasure in the Thames.
I know. But most of the people that do it are not really interested in profit.
It's the physical act of doing it, right?
The value of the objects is finding it and being able to kind of share...
showcase it.
And to the wider public and be able to kind of...
Which is what you're doing today as well.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, showing what you found. And it's like genuinely super interesting. Like, I mean, it's... What's the name of... Was it the Dick?
Oh, the Thames Willie.
The Thames Willie, yeah, exactly. You're like, there's just all kinds of things that you unless you start learning this stuff, a lot of people are not conscious of what's actually gone on around London for the last
2,000 plus years. Yeah.
I mean it's wild.
It is incredible. Like, you know, And I think the more you do it and the more you get into it and find out, you know, do research and stuff.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks you in.
Well, I think we go for seeing what you've got, Frank.
Yeah.
Let's go through the artifacts, where they're from, what they're about, what age, duration.
Yeah.
Do
you want to start with kind of stuff from, like, we'll go with earliest through to kind of more modern things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever's good for you.
Okay.
And I have some notes, but tell me what we're on, and then I'll.
Okay. So I will start with probably the earliest item that I've got, which is kind of man-made.
Yeah.
Which, one of the cameras, it is.
Yeah.
This.
Come on. So for people watching YouTube, I have. Here we go, Frank.
There you go.
I'm going to put pictures up of what Frank's shown, because it's quite hard to see. Exactly.
So this it is very small, and it is called a microlith, and it is basically a Stone Age tool dating from Middle Mesolithic, as far as I'm aware, which I think is around 8,000 years old. So it's old, and it's surprising, because it is so small and quite delicate, that it's actually survived, you know, for that amount of time. Floating around in the Thames.
So it looks like a small, like, ice pick type thing.
It's a like very small slither of,
and it looks super sharp, like
flint. So it was used as a cutting tool of some description. It's just.
I mean, I think just finding tools in the Thames that are 8,000 years old is pretty.
Good. I mean, there's a surprising kind of amount of flint tools. It's a bit difficult identifying some of them,
of course,
because they've been rolling around in the Thames.
Smashed up.
Bit smashed up, but I mean, there's people have found axes and all sorts. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is mad.
Going next, we'll go with. I'll go with something Roman.
Yeah,
a Roman coin. This is still yet to be identified, but it's a very small Roman coin.
Yeah.
And it is. I'm not exactly sure even the what this kind of it would be called, to be honest, but it's my first one that I found.
And how old's that?
It's probably around about 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
So until I get the date of the actual kind of emperor or empress it's kind of for, then it's.
Yeah, I mean, it's been in the river.
People find there's.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a whole collection of.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot, and there's also.
And I thought it was quite topical because we're in Chester, and.
Yeah, I mean, the Roman kind of. There's a big Roman presence, or there was a big Roman presence. Another coin, which is not an English coin.
Is this a Spanish one?
This is a hammered Spanish coin, or it was before even Spain was Spain.
So this is John the First.
This is a John the First
1300s coin.
Yeah. This is called a half blanca, and it's a mix of silver and copper.
Yeah, what I've found interesting, I'll put the pictures up, is like the detail on the coins is.
Yeah, I mean, this one's a bit worn, but it's still visible, and it's got on one side, it's got I think it's called the Lamb of God, and the other side I think is a crown. But yeah, I mean, that's late 1300s.
Late 1300s, yeah.
And
silver, isn't it?
Yeah, silver. So yeah, I mean that's kind of been recorded on there.
And we looked on my
your history book.
My history book.
Yeah.
To see what was going on around that time, and it's
it's
muskets and
musket, that kind of era.
Which we'll get onto.
Yeah. So next we go a knife from probably slightly later, which is probably late 1400s to early 1500s.
Yeah.
And we're very lucky in our community. We've got this guy called Grander Hume, who's a kind of knife expert, who's been doing. Well, he was mudlarking in the 1970s and 80s when it was kind of first kicked off for kind of people finding kind of some really good stuff, because back then there was no permit system in place, so you were allowed to dig,
what you want,
and pretty much do what you want. And yeah, this has been identified, and it's got a maker's mark on it, which helps identify kind of what era it dates from, along with the shape and so the maker's mark's the not important thing, but it really helps to know that it is the age it can help identify kind of when it was made from stamping of other ones. And but that one's
that's cool.
So
how old is that again?
So that's like late 1400s, early 1500s.
Yeah.
It's missing the tip of it, and obviously the handle blanks, but it's still reasonably complete.
And it probably had an old bone.
The handle was probably it was either bone or wood, and it might have had an end kind of cap that side.
Yeah, like a metal cap.
Maybe made out of brass or something. And occasionally handles and that come up.
Not a lot's changed, really, is it?
No, really not. No. One of my favourite finds.
Can put that at the camera.
Yeah. So this is
it's gone. Chainmail
or mail armour. Yeah.
Mail armour. Sorry. Yeah. What's the difference?
So, well, they are the same thing, but basically, mail means chain. So
got you.
If people called it chain mail, it basically means mail.
Yeah.
So it's just like you call it kind of mail armour. Yeah.
Basically, you've actually done some research and know what you're talking about. Not just watching films.
But yeah, this dates from between 1400s and 1600s. It's a European style of mail armour made of iron, and people do find bits of mail armour.
Were they sword scrapping then?
I mean, that would have been the era of still kind of bows and arrows and swords.
And sharp pointy things.
Yeah, like, just generally sharp pointy things. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's not often that larger pieces. People find a few
little bits
and pieces, but this is quite nice because it's kind of a nice, good section.
Yeah, an actual section.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Which kind of helps, identify it, and slightly later than that.
This is really cool.
On the kind of military side of stuff, it's called a scabbard shape, so it would have been on the outside of a sword or dagger scabbard.
It looks, because you get them in the military, right? It looks like the cover of like a ceremonial, sharp, like horrendously sharp sword.
Yeah. So this one dates from around, I think it's 1600s, and it's in really nice condition. It's not that decorative, but the fact that it's complete and
did a job though.
Yeah, and it's still got a piece of the leather in the actual kind of.
Oh, really? So it had leather lined inside. Yeah.
Which
kept it on. Essentially.
So that's kind of that. On where do you want to go next with it?
Oh, where should we go? I mean, do you want to show the one that's on top of that? Because I think that's really cool.
Yeah, this piece of work.
Because I never thought about how people make beads.
Beads and buttons. So you get a lot of, on the Thames, bone. There's a lot of abattoirs, and people, because basically the Thames was a rubbish tip.
Yes.
Anything that basically was not wanted was just chucked into the river. So basically what we're sifting through is, a few thousand years worth of rubbish and stuff that was lost and, chucked away. But yeah, this is a piece of work bone before, modern plastics, and the easiest kind of things were wood and bone to work with to produce items. So this is quite nice because it's still got two of the beads still intact that were partly drilled through, and it's not been completed on the other side, so you've still got the holes. But
I just love the fact you can. It's like you can see exactly what people were doing. And you can see the ones that they've already made.
Yeah, cut out,
and then they're also then making new ones, and it's been thrown in the river for some reason, or dropped or whatever.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of a nice snapshot of a time period.
Yeah,
of like working stuff that was made. I think that's quite nice with certain items where they're not just like, something that's been made by someone, and they've taken their time making something. And you quite often find bits that are, cut out, but finding ones with something intact,
already
half made, is like, really nice.
It's like the labor in making some beads.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
like someone's making some beads, and it looks like long, hard work.
I'm guessing. I mean, the tools they would have had. Well, they would have had drills, but they would have been like hand kind of cranked kind of drills, and But yeah, I mean, it's surprising what like. But I kind of quite like bone artifacts because there's quite a lot of work that goes into some of them, and the bones being like I don't say object. It's like they use anything that they can be used. So there's like bits of bone. You can find partial bits of. I've got lots of bits of bone.
Yeah,
random bits. But and I've got pieces of like needle cases that are probably slightly later in maybe like the 1800s, maybe 1700s, and I've got actually in here I've got a spindle whorl which is made out of bone.
For knitting or not knitting, but
for so this is like made out of the end ball joint of an animal kind of bone,
sheep or something.
Yeah, and it's literally just been cut off, had a hole drilled through it, and it would have had a stick coming out the top.
Yeah,
and it would just been used for spinning wool. Or yarn, but it's simple kind of.
It's just how much bone was used for tools.
I mean, it
is really interesting because you just don't see it now, right?
No. Well, we don't have a need for it anymore.
No, of course not. Yeah,
and it's quite nice. Kind of, I try and kind of replicate quite often and make objects that historically have been made out of bone. And I've made a replica of this, which is pretty easy to do. But it's fascinating going through that process of seeing kind of how people make stuff.
Like you said, it's just a snapshot into the past.
Yeah, but I mean, this has been recorded on the past scheme. But
what's that?
So, PASS. So the Portable Antiquities Scheme.
Okay.
So it is a big public database.
Yep.
Or open to the public to look on. And basically, when you find items that are either come under the Treasure Act or you think are of historical value, you take them to your local Finds Liaison Officer, or FLO as we call them. And every county will have a FLO or maybe a couple, and you take them. You'll take your items you think are worthy of recording, and they will basically do some research on them if you're not sure, and they will put them on this database for everyone to basically use. And
as like reference points.
It's like
reference. Like that. So if someone finds something similar, they go,
you can look stuff up, and it's great. And it means it's.
Do they date stuff as well?
So they'll date stuff. It might be sometimes it's a bit broader. Like this, it's really difficult to date kind of exactly because,
of course,
but it's anywhere from between Roman and like medieval.
Yeah,
because they've found obviously artifacts similar, but throughout those periods,
very cool.
But sometimes because they've got more reference points, they can go right. This is specifically within this day range, and
What are we on next, Frank?
We will go with the one of the things that you find millions of, and it's pins.
Here you go. Pins.
Pins.
We come back to you.
Yeah. And on the foreshore, there is thousands, if not millions, of these, and they vary in sizes as I've.
Yeah, so you've got a big old.
Different sizes, and they vary in date from between. I think it's about 1400s through to 1800s, and just made from drawn bits of wire.
Yep.
And then the top's like another wrapped piece of wire, and then they would have just been sharpened. And basically, through history, before we had like zippers and not just buttons, but most people's clothing was held together with pins.
Okay.
So people would buy them in bunches by the hundreds, or if you're rich, kind of maybe in the thousands, to literally pin your clothes
just
together.
To hold everything
just to hold
together
stuff. People would have kind of quite elaborate clothing and sleeves and ruffles and all sorts, and be held on with pins. But they're not particularly secure, and people would just you'd be walking along and just lose them readily.
Yeah, so it's like a daily occurrence.
Yeah. So people would just have to buy more. And they do come in all different sizes. There is ones that are a bit more elaborate, like one I've got in here, which is a Tudor dress pin. It's very, very kind of decorative. It would have originally been spherical top. It's been squashed. But decorative.
I mean, you can see the it looks nice on top.
I mean, it's got a decorated top, and the on the top of it is a Tudor rose, and
would that be normally someone who's wealthier?
I mean, you'd obviously people with a bit more money would wear decorated items. So, I mean, it's made of I think it's a copper alloy, but quite often they were silver. May have even been gold if you'd had, more money.
If you're lucky.
But this.
And how old's that?
So this probably dates from around like 1500s. Yeah. When I picked this up initially, I nearly made the mistake of thinking the top of it was just an encrusted lump of metal.
Oh, got you.
And I nearly picked up a rock and smashed it.
Yeah.
And it was only that I noticed a bit of a pattern on it that I gladly didn't. It would have been heartbreaking, I think.
Patience and not go running in, eh?
Yeah, steaming in and break stuff. But it's a learning curve because quite often you pick up stuff.
Do you think that has happened quite a lot?
What, damaging things?
Oh yeah.
Everyone's got a story of stuff they've got, either of picking up something and either breaking it, kind of thinking it's not that valuable, or trying to over clean something when you bring it back home and you've gone a bit too heavy on the and then you can't kind of reverse time, so it's like
Yeah.
But I think everyone's done it in some shape or form. You always talk to people and go,
and that's just experience, right? Over time,
it takes time.
Finding stuff
takes time.
Try not to destroy all your own finds.
I know, yeah. So I just keep them in reasonably good nick. But yeah, that's what else we got on the medieval side of stuff still.
This is mad.
This is a roof tile.
Yeah, I've got a good picture of this.
Which has got a dog paw print on it, and when they were basically made and they were left out to dry, there would have been various animals running about, and birds, and they don't pop up that often, but if you go looking for them, you can find them, with either dog, cat.
So that was just birds. A roof. That was just a medieval roof tile at the time.
It had just been dried out, and it's actually something we noticed yesterday, which I don't know how I hadn't noticed it before. But there's actually a leaf print next to it, which is quite cool. That's
snapshot back.
Dog
running around.
Which is nice. It's one of the things I think a lot of people want to find. People have
that's a
bucket list of finds.
Because it just shows what it was like at the time.
It kind of gives you things like that. Kind of, you go, well, certain things have got to happen for this to take place, and people have got to leave stuff out, and the dog's got to run across it, and it makes it kind of a bit more kind of
and we've all seen
relatable.
Like we spoke about yesterday, where someone's laid some new concrete and the dog or a cat's gone in it or whatever, and then you think in 1,000 years, then it's ended up crumbled somewhere, and someone's gone, oh look, it just it's like realism, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is. And very occasionally you'll find footprints,
human
footprints, as well, not just medieval but Roman.
Even older.
But it's quite nice. And bits of pottery in general, like finding pieces that have got thumbprints and stuff from the potters, is always kind of quite nice, because it's kind of a personal thing. You find.
They weren't taking fingerprints back then.
No.
This podcast is brought to you by Atomic Rambo Coaching. If today's conversation has got you thinking, if something we have talked about has made you wonder whether you could be doing better, pay attention to that feeling. Dan established Atomic Rambo to support people, both men and women, who are struggling with some aspect of their lives, whether it's substances, fixed mindsets, or perhaps achieving ambitious goals. Dan can help. Check out atomicrambo.com or take the free ARC assessment via the link in the description to see where you're at. Dan responds personally and will work with you directly throughout. So if you or someone you know is aware that life could be better, please reach out.
Cool. What's next?
What's next on the list? We've got
musket flint.
Oh, you can do flint, yeah. So this is a flint from a musket. It might have been quite a small, kind of maybe a hand, kind of like a pistol, kind of, rather than a large musket. It's difficult to say. I'm no expert, but this is quite nice, because not only is it's in quite good condition, but because of the colour of it.
Yeah, it's explain what it's like.
Yeah, so from when I first found it, it was kind of, the back was facing up, so it was like just a square. and I kind of had an idea even before I picked it up
Nice.
that it could be, a gun flint. I hadn't found one before, but obviously seen them, and it is jet black. There's like there's no for a flint. Usually you get different colours and markings on it, but it's black.
There's like no colour, no flecks in it.
No,
there's like
it's pure
black,
which kind of puts it means that you can kind of tell where it's from, because there's really only one place that produced this kind of flint, which was a place called Brandon in Suffolk, and they were during like Napoleonic Wars one of the biggest or the only producers of gun flints for the English, and they produced I think about 1 million gun flints a month.
Wow.
Which was an insane amount, and for the people who produced them, I mean, they must have been literally masters of their trade, just knocking them out that quickly, because I've had a go at not making gun flints, but flint napping.
Just flint,
and it is difficult.
And to make one that size,
and to make one
and the
that exact
right way
shape
it needs to be,
is like it is a skill. And a bit of a lost art now, but there is still.
And obviously so the flint is used to ignite the gunpowder, right? Which then fires the shot.
So that would have been cocked on a little kind of arm, and when you pulled the trigger, it would have come down, hit the steel, which had gunpowder on it, and that would have gone into the barrel and fired the musket ball, which would have been made of lead.
So it's like early on, like industrial warfare.
Yeah. I mean,
1 million a month.
That's a lot. I mean, and the other thing you find, although I haven't got any with me today, musket balls on the Thames, and you find them fairly regularly. Certain areas more than others, because there's areas that produce them, and kind of there is a lot of say military stuff on the River Thames, because
guns. I saw a gun at the
little
handgun. Obviously that's a lot newer,
but no, obviously things like musket balls, cannonballs, you find there's a lot of stuff from World War II, bits of shrapnel, bullets. People still find grenades, and live rounds,
shells,
and
I mean they're everywhere around London, aren't they?
Yeah,
unexploded, like people's gardens, and Doris is like, "Oh, that's been there forever."
Yeah,
and then someone buys the house and like, like literally, £2,000 bomb.
But
you never hear of them really going off, though, do you?
No,
they never just go off.
No. I mean, I think
luckily,
I mean, it's kind of like I know of a few people that have found grenades that have had to be obviously.
Yeah, they get controlled explosions, but you never hear of someone in the garden like.
Oh yeah, putting a spade through one.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't go off when they were dropped, so it's probably just a dud.
Yeah, well, they're currently cutting the mast off that ship in the Thames, aren't they? The World War II one.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's got like 1,500 tons worth of explosives on it, which I think they said if it would go off, it would take out a sizable portion of places around it.
Well, let's hope it doesn't go off.
Yeah.
Amazing. I think that's cool because it's again, it shows that there was high levels of stuff, especially during the Napoleonic Wars. I mean, it was brutal. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
On another level.
I mean, and I think that's the thing. Where, like, although the Thames is fairly busy now, pre kind of industrial, when it was like the hub
of the
world, and the ships were. They said at points you could have literally walked from one side of the River Thames to the other.
Just because of everyone
just
parked
on the boats, not even, you wouldn't have to touch the water. And you know, it's no wonder stuff is lost, and
Yeah.
you know that people drop, you know, taking stuff on off boats, and you know, stuff was dropped. People were nicking stuff and probably throwing it in, trying to hide stuff, and you know, and plus the Thames was a lot wider then as well, which is only since.
Yeah, because it's been manipulated now.
Yeah, now it's
ways.
been narrowed. I think it was in 1860 when they put the embankments in, that they knocked about 150 feet off either side of it.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's a lot of stuff that will never get found that's under that.
Of course, yeah, it's buried, yeah.
But yeah, now we kind of, yeah, we obviously have the ships going up, but not on the scale that we had before.
No. Yeah, it was just wildly
Yeah,
place.
I mean, all the docks and everything that were further up, you know, Greenwich and
all now coffee shops.
Yeah.
Right, what are we on next, Frank?
What are we next? Let's go with a find that is not just mine.
Oh yeah,
it is.
This is great.
This is something that was found by myself and 2 other people.
I like the fact you're all working together.
Yeah, no, it is a great community.
Yeah, it's one of my questions to you towards the end. It's about why you do it and the community around it, and it seems like a nice, a decent place to be.
So yeah, this find is. Well, I'll tell you the story of it, and then I'll explain what it is. So, a while back, my partner found a piece of worked bone, and she showed it to me, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting. It's got a few holes drilled in it, and one end has got like some threaded kind of part to it, and didn't really think much of it. You find bits of bone, but it's sometimes difficult knowing what they are. And about a month later, I was walking in the same area looking, and probably about, I'd say about 20 meters away from where she found her piece, I found a very similar piece. And I was like, I recognise that. It looks very similar to the other piece that I'd seen that Kasha had found. And anyway, I took it along to hers, and we were like, oh yeah, they do look very similar. And we're messing around with them and realised that they actually
from the same bit
fit together. They're actually of the same piece. There's just broken 2 ends.
What are the chances of
that? I mean, it's slim to find 2 things like, especially being bone, it's so light. And I posted about this, and we were still none the wiser to what it was. It's quite just odd, unique, not kind of seen anything like before. And one of our other friends, who's been doing mudlarking quite a while, Monica, was like, oh, I think I've found something that might go with that. And she said, because of the threaded ends, I found this kind of disc with thread on the side of it. It looks like it might fit. And one of the exhibitions, we brought all the pieces together, and on the piece that I had, this piece literally goes into the thread and fits perfectly. So it must have been purposely, obviously, made for that.
So now 3 of you.
So 3 of us have found like pieces from the same item, and
all in the same area.
All in the same area. Yeah. I think Monica found hers like about 2 weeks after I found mine. Yeah. And she said, "Oh, I think actually I might have another piece that might go with this," and she brought it along, and it's the other end.
It's the other end of what you're going to tell us what it is in a minute. Because it is random.
Yeah, it is random.
And I never knew it was a thing.
No, well, I didn't. We all didn't until we'd never heard of it. But yeah, researching, myself and Kasha couldn't find anything. Monica discovered it's something called a flea trap.
Yeah.
And this is something that was made in the 1700s, 18th century. And it was, back then, everyone had lice, fleas. People were pretty, hygienic.
Yeah.
Whether you were rich, poor,
Yeah, it's funny because these days one kid gets it in school and it's like, what? Whereas everyone used to have them, and they used to have devices.
Yeah, so I think this was invented by some German, but I can't remember exactly. But the basis behind it was like you would put a piece of cloth or maybe a bit of fur or something with like blood or fat on it to try and attract fleas into it.
Grim.
Yep. So, and then you
So there's a little tube.
So it's a little cylindrical tube
with holes in.
With holes in it and two ends. So you'd undo the top, put something into it, and then the inside would be smeared with like a resin or a honey or something sticky to try and stick them once they got in there. But yeah, people used to hang them around their necks or had them in their clothing. Sometimes maybe in beds and stuff where you probably had a lot of lice and fleas. And they were...
There you go, guys.
Yeah, lovely.
Life has changed.
Yeah.
People think we're not that like
that. But yeah, this one's made out of bone, but they were quite often made out of silver, a bit more ornate stuff. And they ended up being more...
silver flea trap.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And they were more of a fashion accessory, I think, in the end.
Yeah, it became...
Because they never really worked. It was just it was an idea that kind of...
It's a fad.
Yeah, and they kind of went away. But it's like something you like learn. Well, you find out about and go, I never knew that was a thing.
Yeah, that's mad. And that all of you found different bits that all come together.
Yeah. I mean, for two people to find something of an object is rare enough, but three people to find is kind of the odds are.
And to actually talk to each other and
that's the thing. I think the thing about obviously the community is like it's nice you have lots of people that you can go to and
of course
speak to.
Yeah, and it all seemed like nice people. When I came to the exhibition, I spoke to people at tables and everyone was really keen to show you everything.
Yeah. I mean, you've got some people who specialise in certain areas.
I saw a lot of pipes.
Yeah, there was a lot of pipe. I've got a few.
We were going to smoke them on here, but
I don't know if you want to stick it in your mouth.
We were going to blaze up on the podcast,
These are just a couple. I mean, they're
people used to dispose of them, right?
Yeah. So basically, they were quite often you bought them with tobacco in them.
Yeah, and literally fire it up.
Yeah, and people would obviously keep hold of them, but they would readily break because you just drop them and they just snap. But from like late 1500s when tobacco was brought over here, it took off massively.
So they were like the elf bar of the day.
Yeah, where it was like, obviously tobacco being massively addictive is just like, So when there is one of the things when you first start mudlarking is like people go, pipe stems and pipe balls, and people start looking for them. It's kind of one of the obvious things you find. And the earlier they are, the smaller they are, just because when tobacco was first brought over here, it was really expensive.
And people do tiny amounts.
You couldn't afford to go and just have a massive pipe of tobacco. So this one is probably 1600s, but they did go smaller. This isn't the smallest one I've got.
No.
This one's around 1700s, slightly bigger. And the kind of the later they get decorations on them, and they're kind of
where it just got more and more popular, right?
It just a bit
like the flea.
Yeah, more readily available. Tobacco got cheaper.
Yeah,
there was probably a great big black market for tobacco coming in, like there still is. But
there definitely is. Human tooth.
Human tooth. Yeah. So obviously, along with animal remains, you will occasionally find human remains, and I have just a human tooth, which you can kind of see why it's probably ripped out. It's got big old roots on it, but on the top of it is very worn and has got signs of decay, so it probably would have been giving someone a bit of jip.
Do a lot of teeth and things get found?
Not a vast amount.
No.
I mean, stuff. I mean, like, I guess it's quite small, like a tooth. I mean, but occasionally, other human remains, like bones, will be found.
Yeah.
And
I mean, people have been using it a long time.
Yeah, I mean, people got buried or just probably like chucked in the Thames.
Yeah.
I mean, there is kind of people have found bits of jaw, skull, kind of humours and things. Recently, at one of the, I think it was the one that you came to actually, Cutler's.
I do remember there was something someone showed me.
Yeah, someone unaware of what it was.
Yes,
had a human jawbone.
Yeah. Look at this dog.
It's not a sheep.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was kind of like, I'm pretty sure that's human jaw. I was like, yeah. So that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you do find human remains, obviously it's quite important that it gets reported, and then the coroner can kind of look into it and see if there's anything kind of, it's untoward rather than being just historical find.
One thing that I probably found the most fascinating is the trading tokens.
Okay. Yeah.
Just because now people, we're moving out. It feels like we're moving out of money.
Yeah. Well,
and this shows what happened then.
Yeah. So
and now it's like relatable.
Yeah. So back in, although these are like lead tokens, which they do vary in date. I mean, there is tokens that go back to kind of Roman times. Most of these are probably like medieval, post-medieval.
Yeah.
So between like 1800s. But there was a lot of lead tokens, and especially in the 1600s when there wasn't a lot of small change around. People would make their own small change, like businesses.
Yeah.
And quite often
to count things.
Yeah, it's just to give to people, because like if you were buying like small objects, like you would have maybe like a penny or something, but if the value of that object was less, then
what do you do?
Then you've either got, which you do find, cut money, which had been half.
I saw some were cut in half.
Yeah.
That's where, so you're like, oh, it's half a penny.
Yeah, of course.
There you go, it's half your penny.
But
which I never knew. Like,
yeah. So like, but as opposed to doing that, people would just make or get made like lead tokens that they could give to people, that they could go and either respend with, usually within the same place or the locality. Yeah. So but yeah, they come in.
It's like your own local currency that people used to use. Yeah.
And these obviously are lead, but you also get trade tokens that are made of like brass, and they're really interesting because you have quite often a date, and you'll have a name and an address on it, so you can like research that person and that area, and it gives you a real insight into the kind of the business and stuff, and you can look on like historical records and find out more information.
Yeah,
but
brilliant.
These ones generally will have like an initial, or they might be like a flower design, or there's something called a cross and pellet, which is
I'll put a picture of all them up, because they're laid out, they're quite
they're quite small,
they're all quite different.
They're different. The latest one I found, thought was quite amusing, is it looks like a pigeon, like like a London pigeon, but like from the Museum of London. But I think it's a dove with an olive branch.
Yeah,
but they're all kind of generally quite different. And yeah,
I wonder whether it was quite popular to make your own little currency for like companies and things to be like, because in the military, right, you have challenge coins, you get different coins.
Yeah,
And when I got my medal, for example, a 3-star general gave me from America, gave me my medal.
Yeah.
And he had his own personal
Really?
challenge coin, and I lost it on the piss.
Oh no!
Which shows something about me at the time, because I had it in my pocket or something stupid like that. And yeah, that's a thing in the military. You know, everyone has their own like personal.
Yeah.
It's not everyone, but
no.
People like that.
Yeah. No, I mean, I expect people, because they were easy to do, you could carve a simple design on
and press it
and just pour like molten lead into it, and it's easy, cheap, simple way of doing it.
I like it. Yeah, I just think it's interesting to see that money wasn't really, obviously money was used in different forms. But people basically made their own. Yeah,
well, I think it was at a period, like I said, there wasn't a great deal of small change.
No.
And the government kind of said people can kind of do that to kind of fill that gap. And I mean, you still get, I think, like the trade tokens, the lead ones, you get it through to about the 1800s, I think, and similar with the brass ones as well, or the copper alloys. They're kind of come through to the similar kind of period, and I've only found one of those, but the one I found, I'll have to send you a picture.
Yeah.
Dates to one of the most kind of iconic dates in London history, which is the Great Fire of London.
Oh, right.
It was 1666, and funnily enough, when I found that coin, I had started making kind of my own tokens.
Yeah.
And it's something that, if people know me, it's kind of the thing that I do.
Your own tokens, which you can see on Frank Mnich.
Yeah. So I gifted a couple of tokens to another friend of mine, another mudlark called Sean Clark, who's got he's kind of into his tokens big time. And if you want to know stuff about it, he's like the guy to go to.
He's the knowledge of all tokens.
Yeah. He's also a guy who seems to have a magnetic kind of eyeballs for dice as well.
Yes, which you have got some.
I've got some of those, yeah.
You can talk about them. I've got the pictures.
Yeah.
They're tiny.
Yeah, they are tiny. Yeah.
And dice are really interesting because you told me that gambling was illegal at the time, so they made them tiny.
Yeah, so they're small. I mean, the ones that I've got are relatively small, but they did get smaller.
They go smaller, yeah.
And these ones are post-medieval, but and they're done. There's different types. So these are like the modern ones where all the sides kind of add up to 7.
Yeah.
Whereas some of the earlier ones, they were just kind of a bit more kind of sporadic and
got you.
Yeah, and not even. So you look at some of the older dice and they're
loaded.
Proper wonky. Yeah. And
I've got my own dice.
Yeah. But yeah, you find Roman ones, which are kind of a dot and circle kind of designs. But yeah, varying in sizes. But yeah,
and now we advertise it on the telly.
Oh yeah, gambling. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, back then they when it was illegal, if you were found obviously with dice for gambling, you'd get in probably a lot of shit.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
So they were small.
So a lot of being thrown in the river.
They can be hidden. You could put them in your mouth, or just in a pocket, or just flick them away and they disappear. But these ones are made out of bone, which I think is the usual kind of
back then.
Yeah, back then for making them.
And they seem quite. I mean, they're very square and symmetrical.
Yeah.
They look really well done.
Yeah. So when I recorded these ones, there was the guy who recorded it on the pass scheme. He thinks that these might have been made possibly by the same people, or single person, but it's still obviously difficult to know. But there's people made, like, there was at one time prisoners on what's called prison hulks, like in the Thames and in the Medway, where like prisoners were kept, and in order to earn themselves kind of a bit of money, they used to make things.
Got you.
And sometimes it would be dice or little items made out of bone.
Sometimes it was dice to do illegal activity.
Yeah, to more illegal activities. Yeah, helping your cause. Yeah.
I get you.
But yeah, they're kind of, it's an item that it's another kind of a bucket list item for a lot of people.
That's cool. I can imagine.
People, like I was
found
quite
my first set of dice.
Yeah, I mean, I was quite lucky. I found two within a couple of months of each other in the same area.
Yeah.
Sean's found, I think, going on 40 now.
Wow.
That's why everyone's like, how are you managing that?
He's got the eye for the
yeah,
die.
he's clearly got the eye.
Yeah. We may as well finish on the Thames Willie.
The Thames Willie.
Just because,
Why not?
unless there's anything else you want to.
No, we can finish. I can show you my Willie.
Yeah. please, Frank, show me your Willie.
So yeah, this is a pottery handle.
Yeah.
And it comes from an item which is known as a pipkin, which is a cooking pot, and would have been kind of like a bowl-shaped item with 3 legs, kind of tripod, and would have been cooked on a set of coals, really. And it would have been, you know, the average person would have had them just for cooking stews, broths and stuff.
Are they rare? Is that a rare thing to find,
No,
or not really? Because it's got a nickname, the Thames Willie.
No, people do find them fairly readily.
Yeah.
This one's got a piercing, which I haven't seen before.
Love it.
But yeah, I've got a couple of them,
Cool.
and they're quite.
I
cool.
think
they're quite unique. So you once when you find them, you're like, oh, you can.
Yeah, you know what it is early. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice to find more complete ones, but I don't think they don't come up that often.
I mean, obviously that bit gets knocked off because of what it is.
Yeah.
Fair.
And that's kind of I think that dates. That dates to probably it's Tudor kind of greenware, I think. So that'd probably be like 1500s maybe.
Yeah.
Old,
mate.
Yeah, it is old.
Well, I love it. I think the
rubbish.
stuff's great. And I just think going back into that time and the amount of stuff, and then you think about like now.
Yeah. I mean, I think one of the reasons people like doing it, it's picking something up that hasn't been touched in like, 100, 1,000 years, and you're the first person to kind of
it's cool.
Pick that out of the ground and go, wow, that's like a 200, 300, 600 years old, and then it makes you think about the person who lost it or dropped it or threw it away, or gives
the story attached.
Yeah, the story attached to it, and that's why you kind of. It's interesting then doing research into stuff. And
it's a cool hobby.
Yeah, I think I told you yesterday, when I was younger, I wasn't really interested in history. And I think it's a case of a lot of people. History you taught at school doesn't hold much, interest. And I think when you start doing things like this, or say metal detecting, and you've got items that directly connect you with the past, and that go, this is from this period, and then you kind of, you research or you look into stuff and you find more interesting things, and that got a kind of more personal connection to history. I think that's the thing.
So I was going to ask you why you do it, but I think that's quite a good reason. It's quite a good reason. But the other, because I try and tell people it's quite good to be into like a hobby or something, because like mental health
Yeah.
and doing things that aren't just work.
Yeah.
And I would, looking at what you do, and I've never done it,
Yeah.
but because you're focusing on something
Yeah.
and then there's a whole story around it and everything, would you agree that it's quite a good thing for people to do?
Yeah, I think when I started doing it, it was probably just after, or it's kind of when I first got into like doing a hobby kind of thing, was after my kind of marriage broke up. And, you know, I had a bit of free time on my hands, and I was it was something that I wanted to get into for a long time, but never had time or chance.
Yeah.
And then you start doing it, and it gives you something to focus on other than what's
life.
going on in your head and life. And I think that is true. Like with kind of hobbies where you kind of switch off and you put your entire focus into just what you're doing, like maybe directly in front of you, or like your kind of goal that you'll say, you know, whatever you do hobby wise, and people find it relaxing and
therapeutic
almost.
Yeah.
It's kind of that meditation kind of time where your brain can kind of just clear of the general kind of stuff that's flying around it, and it's and like you say, it's good to have a hobby and a focus
100%
because it gives you that space outside of,
and then this has that added like almost academia type
I mean, it is
research and things after that then adds another layer to it. And then the other thing I wanted to say was then, which maybe you weren't aware of when you started it, but then the community side of it's massive, isn't it?
So
and you've met your current partner.
I mean, it's it is a very solitary kind of hobby, in the fact that you are fairly focused, but you meet a lot of people doing it, and obviously you've got a connection with them, and you talk about stuff you found, and then you kind of might go to exhibitions or start doing exhibitions like I did. You meet more people, and you become part of like groups that kind of enjoy the same thing. And I think that was the most, so like one of the best things about it was the community. And obviously I met my current partner through it, and you've got that immediate kind of connection of something you enjoy doing,
something you're both into.
And
understanding.
And understanding.
Not like, oh, here he goes again.
It's like fucking
he's going digging up the mud again.
But I mean, it's great because you can meet up with people and then just go do your thing, and then go out for drinks, or you know, the exhibitions are great because you get to talk to the general public about your interests, and
and it is interesting.
I mean, the more I do it, the more interest I have in it, and it's it does become slightly kind of obsessive in a way, and you kind of.
But it's better. I would argue it's better being obsessed about this than it is something that's, you know, bad for you.
Definitely.
I mean, look at me in ultramarathons.
But I mean, now I'm kind of thinking back to why didn't I start doing this earlier? But
of course, hindsight.
Hindsight. But I mean, life is just the way it works. And, but I think it's definitely helped with my mental health.
Well done, Frank.
It's nice. It's nice just a community of people, and I know it's a bit of a closed community in certain respects.
Because other people can't get permits and things like that. Although they're allowed to do it other places, aren't they?
So Thames is the only place that is actually permitted. So you can go and do on any tidal river that has a foreshore, that's had historical activity of you know, people.
They just don't want thousands of people on the river digging stuff up.
I think
inside London, which kind of makes sense.
I think they're just trying to limit, you know, the amount of people. which is fair enough because, there is enough people that will actively do it without going through the proper channels, permits, and like with various hobbies like that require you to kind of kind of do the right thing.
Anything you want to add on your finds or about mudlarking?
About mudlarking, I don't know what else. What? No, I mean, I could talk kind of for hours with stuff about this.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good snapshot into your world.
Yeah,
and also the past.
Yeah,
I think it's amazing. Thanks for bringing it down.
No, thank you for inviting me.
Check out Frank. Genuinely, check him out on Instagram. But not just you, also, because when I went to the exhibition, there's loads of people who've got awesome stuff. And there's something that everyone would be interested in. That's what I found.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. I mean, the group I'm part of, Hands on History, that does the exhibitions, they do various exhibitions throughout the year, mainly in London, sometimes outside of London. But yeah, there's always different people there showing different things, and they're usually free to get into, which is good. So you're not having to fork out. Yeah. So yeah, it's worth checking out.
Yeah, I mean, I brought my mate Tim along.
Yeah,
that's Tim's photo.
Oh yeah.
So that's Tim.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Wow, he's lived in London a long time." He's like,
"I know.
No, this is a thing."
Well, that's one of the things you still get people when you're kind of literally on your hands and knees, shuffling along, like looking at, and they're going, "Fucking lunatic down there. What are you doing?" And like, "What are you doing?" It's like.
Well, thanks for coming, Frank.
No, thank you.
Genuinely. And keep going, mate.
Yeah. No, I will do. And it was, I always post stuff. Yeah. And my tokens that I do commissions and stuff.
Awesome.
And also I make replicas of various things. But yeah, I've also got, before I leave, I made you a token.
Oh, mate. You hero. Look at that. With my name on.
It's got your name on it. And
oh, mate, you hero.
Yeah.
That's amazing, Frank. Cheers, mate. And a mountain on the back.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, mate, thanks, dude. I appreciate that.
That's all right.
Hero. I don't know what to say. That's so cool. I'll put a picture of it up. That is really cool. No, you're a legend. Thanks, Frank. No, it's genuinely been a pleasure to talk about this stuff because I think it's fascinating.
Yeah. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, mate, anytime.
Enjoyed it.
Thanks, Frank. You're a hero. Legend. Mate, that's so cool, Frank. You're a legend. Let's check it's recorded. Which he has.